Okay, I am so comfy cozy right now. This sweater, I bought it. We had this like neon weekend at the cottage. So I bought this at Urban Outfitters for that weekend, lost it, and then in the move I found it and now I just can't stop wearing it. It's just so cozy and so bright. Anyway. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I am sitting in front of my game cupboard or cabinet right now, and I figured I would share my game board collection. So if you're new to my channel and haven't been keeping up with like the past couple videos, I have moved out of my parents' place and now I'm starting fresh, and that means I have less games than I did. So my mom and I share a passion for board games. I've been playing them ever since I was a little girl, and slowly over the years I have purchased games of my own. Most of them are drinking games because, you know, I'm 24 and that's what you do. But anyway, I slowly want to expand my games, buy things that my mom owns because they're super fun. And the main reason why I'm filming this video, selfishly, I want to know like how I started, like what I'm at right now, and then as the years to come I can look back and see how it's grown, sort of thing. I don't know what, I feel like this is more a game board collection, so you have them over time and you add to it and you see what it is, kind of thing. And it's kind of nice because sometimes the different style of games that you enjoy or the categories change. Like there's a while there I was really into strategy games and then party games and like fun interactive games, that sort of thing. So I don't know, I'm really weird and like to break things up in categories and like I don't know. But anyway, basically if you enjoy board games, I'm going to share with you what I have, and I hope you enjoy. Sit back, relax, and let's talk about board games. So I'm just going to start probably top to bottom. You can see this right here. This is The Office Monopoly. Okay, so Monopoly I think is a staple in really anyone's board game collection. You can get them for like 20 bucks, like the basic board game thing at like Walmart. Back in high school, I watched The Office while it was on TV and loved it. Now I am binge watching it again for like probably the 8th time, but I absolutely love The Office. It's just, that could be the only thing I could watch and I'd be the happiest person ever. But anyway, my friend back in high school got me this for my birthday, and it is the best birthday present to this day I have ever gotten. I love this. I play it so much. It is amazing. It's if you're an Office fan, like I can just tell you off the, like they have the railroads are the transit cars, so you have the delivery truck, you have the Korean church van. What else do you have? I can't remember. Oh, you have a forklift. But yeah, it's so funny. What was the other one? Forklift. Oh, the party boat. And they have Serenity by Jan as a utility. They have Dunder Mifflin Infinity as a utility. I just think it's just so funny playing this game. You're like, oh yeah, Dunder Mifflin Corporate is the New York thing. So anyway, I just think it's amazing and all that. So it's super fun. Shroot bucks are the dollars, which is the best thing ever. So anyway, I don't know where you can buy this now. This is probably not the best thing to start with, but this is by far my favorite game in the entire collection that I have. Okay, moving on to less specific board games in terms of like pop culture and stuff, I don't know. I want to talk about Codenames. So Codenames, I recently just started playing about like this year. I think it's amazing. This is the original, and then this is the undercover, deep undercovers, like the adult version. To be honest, yes, the adult version is very funny and that, but there are also a lot of raunchy cards in there that aren't like yes, it's not appropriate, you know that, purchasing the game, but there are some things I didn't even know were a thing, so, or like how to describe them. So it is a lot harder because you don't know how to describe it. You don't know to be very literal, you don't know to be like sexual, that sort of thing. So I could go my life without playing this, but the Codenames original, that I think is really good. So basically it's like 4 to 8 players, so you and your partner, you're trying to get your partner to guess the pattern and cards laid out in front of you. So it's kind of like a mixture of like taboo or catchphrase, that sort of thing. You're trying to get them to guess things, but there are multiple things you're trying to get them to guess, so you're trying to kind of work it and see it. So like one of the things I did, Brendan was my partner and we were playing, and I said Energizer, and the thing that I was trying to get him to guess was bunny and battery. So you're trying to find things that connect with it, and he got it. So that's kind of how it works. It's really fun. Like it's nice because you're thinking while playing and all that stuff. So it's a fun game. I do like it. Then I have What Do You Meme? again, this is the original. It's just like Cards Against Humanity, but it is with memes. So like that's the back there. You have like the little chick with the fire, and you have to like find the best suited card in your hand to describe that photo. So this is just like the original. Then I have one expansion pack is the basic one, which has like a bunch of Mean Girls, has like Sex and the City, Michelle Obama. Like those are some of the cards there. I think it's really funny. What Do You Meme and Cards Against Humanity, I'd probably pick What Do You Meme just because it's a lot, like it's more visual, it's like funnier and stuff. But Cards Against Humanity is pretty fun too, which I actually don't have. I thought I had more expansion packs than I did, but it turns out I only have one. I thought I did, maybe I left them in university, I don't really know, but the only one I could find was the one in when I was packing things up, so I don't know. I'll have to get that and add it to the thing because it is a fun game. One thing that I recently picked up for the summer and has been very entertaining is Buzzed. Literally, if the card applies to you, you drink. It's very funny. So it's like drink if you ever gone to class drunk. Whoever did, you have to drink. So it's very funny, and there are some things that you have to do. It's like person who gives you the best compliment gets to pick out to give a drink or something like that. So it's kind of fun. It keeps you you can still carry on in conversation while you're doing it, but like everyone's still kind of doing it. You learn a bit about each other and all that, so it's kind of fun. And it gets you drunk, so gets the job done right away. This one is most likely to. This is kind of like if you have a bunch of people who you know, or you're trying to get to know sort of thing. Basically, there's one card and it says like, wakes up with half a burrito in bed, and everyone just kind of has to point to whoever they think they do it. Majority of the people voted to whatever gets that card. Basically, you're trying not to have as many cards as you can, but like it's funnier the more cards you receive, so it's not too bad. It's a fun game just to kind of like shoot the shit sort of thing, so I enjoy it. So this one I actually found at Value Village for, I think it was $4.99. Did I take the tag off? I guess I did. As you can tell, it like makes a noise. But this is called 5-second rule. You have 5 seconds to blurt out three things of a certain category. So like I think the example on here is breeds of dogs. So you'd have to quickly name 3 breeds of dogs within 5 seconds. And this is the noise of the timer. It's really funny. I'll kind of show it to you here. But whoa, this is it. So for all the beats to get down, that's 5 seconds. And yeah, so it's pretty fun. My brothers are really good at this game. I am not, because I just can't think in that quick of a time. So I just blurt out random things that like the first thing comes to my head, and it's quite entertaining, I think. Knowmia, this was the first game that I bought when I moved out too. So I went out and I actually bought the party edition. This one has 6 different categories, so you can play with a lot more people. You have more variety. There is a smaller version which you have 2 decks, but that one is, I think it was $24.99, and this one was $29.99. I can't remember how much I paid. But basically, I think this is more worth your money because you are getting 6 different categories and you have a ton of cards. Like, I wonder if it'll tell me how many cards. Not over 425 all new categories. So I think it's amazing. Basically, what you do is everyone plays in a circle and flips your card. If your icon matches with somebody else, you have to name the category on their pile in front of them while they're trying to name yours as well. At this one, I had spotted animal in front of me, and the person over in the corner over there across from me had famous criminals, and our icons matched up. I would have to name a famous criminal before they could name a spotted animal. So it's a lot of fun. Again, you're thinking it's fast paced and all that, and I just made a huge mess of it because I didn't put elastics all over it. So I'm gonna put this to the side and organize that later. Taboo, this is actually something that my mom gave me or let me take. It's kind of like catchphrase and code names, I guess, because you're trying to get your partner to guess the name on your card, but you have a limited things you can describe it as. So saying if you're like ketchup, you can't use tomato, you can't use the phrase or the word. Tomato, hamburger, hot dog, barbecue, like things like that. Obvious things to make it, so you're kind of making it a bit more personable, saying like, this is always stocked in my fridge, or some people keep it in the cupboard, or that sort of things to get your partner to guess it. And there's a buzzer in it that sounds kind of funny. It actually went off as I was moving and I couldn't get to the box in time because it was just going like this. So it's really annoying, but it's really funny. So if you say that name, or if you say a word that's on the card that you can't say, the person will buzz you. So that's what's kind of funny about it. I actually picked this up yesterday. I have been looking for this game at Value Village for over a year and a half now. So in the stores, I think this is about $35. I got it for $3.99. $3.99? Yeah, $3.99. and it is called What's Yours Like. This game is hilarious. Basically, you are playing against, so everyone gets a turn to guess what everyone is trying to get them to guess. So there's one word, like say it's bathing suit. So you're trying to get this one person to guess bathing suit, but you don't want them to get it. You want to give them as many clues as possible, because the more points that they have, the worse chance they have of winning, if that makes any sense. So, but you're trying to make it, like you're trying to be clever, you're trying to be witty. So say it's bathing suit, you could give the clues like, and make it like almost like a sexual like innuendo or something like that. You could be like, mine gets wet, or mine has polka dots, or mine has strings, or something like that, or you can barely see mine. So the more guesses you give, the person has to kind of guess what it is. They write down sort of your clues to it and what they think it's going to be. So it's really funny and really fun. So I'm really happy that I found this. It has been a game I have been looking for forever, because I didn't want to spend that much money on it. So yeah. Okay, then I have one strategy game. It's called Pandemic. This one is you have the board and you're working against the board game. So you and your partner are trying, or multiple people, I think you can play up to 4 people in here to kind of help out. Yeah, 2 to 4 players. You are trying to basically solve the pandemic. You have epidemics that you have to, like outbreaks and all that stuff. You're just trying to solve it. It's kind of like a mixture of Risk. It's more like Risk, if that's anything I could describe it as. But it's a really fun game. It's very different, and it takes a bit to set up. So I watched a YouTube video getting this sorted. I do follow a board game channel that I really enjoy watching. I'll leave him linked below because it's really fun. But yeah, this is a fun game. I don't really want to get into a huge like explanation of it because it's very long and kind of confusing. So, but it is a very fun game. I kind of want to play it now. I think my brothers are coming over tonight, so maybe we'll play this game. Yeah. This one is called This, That, and Everything. It's kind of like catchphrase, but you have certain categories. So everyone gets to play. You have your partners. So you have your people, things, and places. So you're trying to get them to guess as many things as possible under, I think you have 30 seconds to do it, yeah. And so you're trying to get them to guess like Grace Kelly, Pikachu, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jackson, or like a family tree, Rubik's Cube, rubber boots, cookie jar, leopard print umbrella. You get the idea. And you're trying to get them to guess as many as possible within 30 seconds. So you total up your points. Say they only get 3 out of 6. You're trying to beat your other person from getting 3 out of 6. So it's a lot of fun. Very fast board game, and there's a lot of like yelling involved because you're trying to get your partner to guess what you see on the card, and sometimes they don't get it and you're not explaining it that well, and it's very entertaining and frustrating at the same time. I have a few like card games and stuff like that, but it's nothing crazy. Like I have cribbage and Bohanza and just a bunch of card decks and stuff, so that's all up there, but I'll just leave it at that. As you can see, I keep all my books and my DVDs and series and stuff here, so The Office is actually there, and then Sex and the City is above it. But yeah, so this is the last game I'm going to share. This is called Rummy Cub. It's hilarious. It's basically the card game Rummy, but you have tiles and you're just trying to get rid of all your tiles and you're moving things around. It's like a strategy, but like fun, casual game you can still carry on a conversation with. You can play with 2 people. It's a lot of fun. It's just like a Sunday afternoon game, or if you're having like just casual drinks with friends, you can all just play it. So it's a lot of fun and I really enjoy it. I will say this because I went through these pretty quickly and didn't go into like a huge depth or like explanation on each game, but on my Instagram stories I did this thing throughout the summer of breaking down different categories of board games, and that's when I had like my mom's games as well to like help it out. Fast-paced games, I did 2-player games, I did games like drinking games, I did games to like play casually, that sort of thing. But I left a whole Instagram highlight on my Instagram page that you can go check it out if you're curious to see what kind of games I broke up into different categories, if that's what you're interested into. I'd love to do more like YouTube videos about this because it's something that I really enjoy talking about and playing. Yeah, if you're interested in more board games and like breaking it up into, again, like just going into more depth in those categories that I already did on Instagram, I'd be happy to do that, but it's just if you're interested in it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing what's in my board game collection. I want to get more. I have a bunch of like specific board games on my Christmas list, like in my head of what I want to like ask for and like really get into my collection and that sort of thing. So yeah, I want to do one like a year from now, and kind of want to see like where I'm gonna be a year from now, and like especially like my board games. So I don't know, kind of weird like that, but it's also really cool to see like how you've grown. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.